Imagine you wake up tomorrow, step on the scale, and you're 1% heavier. You climb the stairs, it feels a little harder. Birds outside look like they're working a bit more. You simply ignore it, blame last night's takeout, and go about your day. And you'd be right to ignore it, because normally, gravity, that invisible force pinning you to your chair right now, is remarkably stable. Earth's mass stays constant, so surface gravity holds at an average of 9.8 meters per second squared. But what if it did change? What if, starting today, gravity got 1% stronger every single day? On the first day, you barely notice. Your car accelerates a fraction slower, and you might find yourself sleeping a bit deeper. 3 days in, your back starts to ache, and your car's engine runs hotter because it has to push against 3% more weight. You might even notice that your dog hesitates before jumping on the bed. It's a small change, but it's real. A week later, you're carrying an extra 7% of your body weight. For an average adult, that feels like a 10-pound backpack you can never take off. In your neighborhood, trees start drooping, and at the airport, airplanes need slightly longer runways just to get airborne. 2 weeks in, the compounding effect is really kicking in. Gravity is now 15% stronger, turning that 10-pound backpack into 22 pounds. Just walking around starts to feel like a heavy workout, and running or jumping is completely out of the question because your knees can't take the impact. Meanwhile, airplanes now need 20% more runway just to lift off. After a month, you feel like you've gained 52 pounds. Elevators stop working because their motors and counterweights aren't built for this extra weight. Since the atmosphere is being pulled closer to the surface, the compressed air heats up, making the world feel oppressively hot. Under the sea, ocean currents begin to stall, making swimming a massive, exhausting struggle for marine life. Even speaking becomes hard work. Pushing heavy, thick air through your throat makes your voice sound muffled and quiet. 2 months down the line, gravity has nearly doubled, causing skyscrapers to groan and older buildings to collapse under their own weight. Walking is no longer possible, and humans can only crawl. Because your blood is twice as heavy as before, your heart struggles to pump it up to your brain, causing you to constantly faint. The air is now so thick that birds can barely fly, and the entire world is growing quiet. 100 days after it all started, gravity is 2.7 times normal. A 150-pound person now weighs over 400 pounds, and exposed humans can only survive for a few minutes. Your bones actually wouldn't crack since they are surprisingly strong, but you would suffocate because your chest muscles aren't powerful enough to lift your heavy ribcage just to take a breath. And the cruel part is, gravity doesn't stop. By day 200, it is 7 times normal. Mountains slump into hills, and the Earth continues to shrink and compress, smoothing out into a terrifyingly dense, quiet sphere. But on the bright side, after day 100, no one would be around to experience any of that anyway. So the next time you complain about carrying groceries up the stairs, just be glad gravity isn't compounding.